The scene is set in front of the beachside hotel. John Stanhope's black Mercedes rolls into the car park. His driver gets out holding a small urn, goes across and opens the door for John. John, using his contacts to have a meeting with the Brujah Primogen to give some bad news. John heads up towards the hotel entrance.
There's a faint rustling at the door, and then suddenly it's just yanked open. Oh, pardon me. I wasn't really expecting much. Is there something you need?
Apologies for the stab. I'm looking for Mr. Creed.
Oh, right this way, right this way. He'll just lead you up a flight of stairs to a room that's been recently renovated, smelling of remnants of weed and stray beer bottles every once in a while. This guy again. Always having these weird parties, people scattered everywhere, like frickin' Sodom and Gomorrah in here. Devin, you bastard, open up! Yeah, fine. I'm coming. The door opens and you see the familiar tattooed visage of the old school rock god. Oh, hey, John.
May I come in?
Certainly. And he just sort of bows and steps to the side.
He comes in and his retainer follows behind. He takes a look at his surroundings, seeing where Mr. Creed frequents himself. Takes note when the mortal leaves the door.
Basically, it looks like a seedy motel full of stoners, bikers, and all manner of human cattle flying around. Pardon me. I've just recently come back into town. What's the news?
I'm afraid I have some rather troubling news for you, Mr. Creed. I'm afraid your child has met final death.
His face will actually go from this genial smile to this stone-faced grimace. How exactly did that happen?
It was a chaotic affair. At the last Elysium, your child got in a scuffle with a Tremere by the name of Mr. Schmidt. The Elysium was held by Teratius Cole, who swiftly exited the Elysium, and with the Gangrel's famed claws, tore your child in half.
I see. I'm not sure what the procedure is. He'll take the urn and just sort of place it on the mantle. Poor kid. He was always a bit rash, kind of impulsive. I was doing my best to curtail that, but you know kids these days, they always think they know best.
I never sighed, but I took it upon myself to collect the young man's ashes. Such a waste. It seemed that such a vaulted elder could have perhaps restrained him. He was only a neonate, but tear him in half. Distasteful.
I'm sure he had his reasons, but I hope there was at least some manner of social discourse meted out. Don't normally just allow people to tear into other members of our kind in this town, do you?
This is not the usual procedure, no. But I spoke with the prince of this, and he claims that no punishment will be coming. That he gave Mr. Cole his powers of Elysium, and so Cole may do as he wishes.
Uh, Hopefully I'll discuss this with Lysandra, find out where it exactly happened. Maybe get the details. Maybe he was in the right. I don't know. But that'll teach me to meet in the foreign business while chaos reigns. My sincerest apologies. I'm a bit distraught, if you can believe it. But what can you do? These things happen. And you can kind of see that somewhere deep in the man's eyes that he's barely managing to restrain the inner monster inside him. Well, I'm sure it had nothing to do with any of you and yours. But I appreciate the gesture. At least knowing that someone took the trouble to return him to me. Anything else happened while I was away?
I beg your pardon.
Anything else happened while I was away?
Nothing that recall. He waits for the ghoul to drop off the ashes. I have to say, I am very impressed with your restraint, Mr. Creed. Such a loss would drive less of them to lose themselves. But do not consider this anything but a kind gesture. It is the least we can do. Etiquette demands it. I do hope that you and your clan will find justice, or at least recompense in court.
Oh, justice will be meted out in some way, I'm sure. It's just a matter of how and when. I appreciate it, John, believe me. He'll place a hand on the man's shoulder. My sincerest apologies. I wasn't expecting this curveball to hit me right in the face. But what can you do? Everything in this town is a bit unconventional. I'm sure there was some reason behind it, but I don't know, to be torn apart by a feral beast seems a bit strange. He'll light up a cigarette and just kind of soothe himself a little. My apologies for my temper. He'll take a seat at the couch and just kind of think for a moment. Is there anything I can do to return the favor? You didn't have to show such social decorum, but you've acted in quite a noble way, so I feel it's only fair that I should return it in some small manner.
That's very kind. There is nothing I can do for you at the moment, but it would be good to know that I have a supporter. We understand each other.
Yes, we might be different. We're not so vastly different that I can't understand where you're coming from. He just sort of gives him a wink and smiles a little bit. It seems a bit ghostly and a bit strained, but he's kind of coming back to himself a little bit. Well, I definitely appreciate the gesture, but I'm afraid that I might need a little while to compose myself better. If you pardon me, John. Have a wonderful evening.
Of course. I will leave you to your grief. And with that he gives a slight nod, turns round, and leaves with Creed.
And not a few minutes before John leaves and the car pulls out, is there heard a tremendous smashing of furniture, extremely loud music, and ungodly swearing in Polish, French, and Italian. Just all manner of naval swearing and all kinds of horrible, horrible rending and tearing sounds, the coffee table being ground to bits. God damn it! If only I was here, that damn kid. Too much balls and not enough brains. Well, there's nothing I can do now. I just have to bide my time.